Welcome back to Phalaborwa, where we're bringing you part of our election roadshows here on Morning Live. We're just stepped inside of the Kruger National Park because we are at the Phalaborwa gate. Of course, Phalaborwa is the municipality that borders on the Kruger National Park. The sun has come out, it's blazing in all its glory, and we really are focusing in on all the issues, not only on Phalaborwa but also in the province. And on that note, with me I've got the Director of Operations of the Limpopo Department of Rural Development and Land Reform, Miyelani Nkatingi. So thank you very much for speaking to Morning Live today. We're here inside of the Kruger National Park, and I believe that when it comes to land claims, there's also been one right here in the park.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. It is true that here in the National Park we have 4 or 5 great claims of Phalaborwa, Maseke, Mashishimale, Makushane and Silwane, and also the Makuba land claims, which we have already done a lot of work within the Kruger National Park to do the investigation of the claims since it has been lodged. And there's already a plan on how to deal with the Kruger National Park claim. The Cabinet has taken a decision that as far as claims in the Kruger National Park are going to be settled in a way where people are not going to take all over the restoration of the land, but they will be compensated and they will be able to have benefits out of the Kruger National Park. We do have one claim which has since been settled, the Makuleke land claims, which is quite known internationally so, and which they are doing very well after the settlement of that particular claims, where they have a co-management with the Kruger National Park to run the land within the Kruger National Park. And then outside the park, around Phalaborwa, we have these 4 claims by Phalaborwa, which is Maseke, Mashishimale, Silwane and Makushane. We have since settled the Mashishimale land claim, which it has taken us over 100 million, which is running well. The Mashishimale claimants or community, they're having a mentor where they are running game lodges to do a lot within these particular farms. And then we have the Maseke land claim. Also, we have spent more than 100 millions where they have the previous landowner assisting them to run these particular lodges to get visitors as like before to run those particular farms. But with the Maseke land claims, we also gave them a cash of 120 million where they've invested 100 million, which within 7 months they were able to attract an interest of about 10 million, which they are going to develop the land where they are staying and also the farms which they have received.
When we speak about land issues, it is a very sensitive issue because you have 2 parties, the seller and the buyer. You mentioned now that you've been able to get a relationship between the 2, one where they work in unity together for something that is productive.
Correct. We are able to do this, that we get the landowners to cooperate and the land claimants to cooperate, because the minister has already set up a program which is called Recapitalisation and Development, which is able to assist the land claimants after receiving the land to set up mentorship, able to develop skills and able to assist them with grants, and so that they are able to sustain the land and continue to do business on their respective land.
How are you ensuring that the outstanding 600 odd claims that are left in the Limpopo province will follow a similar peaceful land restoration?
The Restitution the Restitution Act provide a very clear way of dealing with land claims, that immediately the claim is lodged, you investigate it, you gazette it, you negotiate it, you settle it. Therefore, the process is pretty clear what to do. Even if there are conflicts, the Restitution Act provide for means to mediate to settle such claims. And if mediation fails, we are able to refer such matters to court. And therefore, we have a plan in place, and every year the government is able to provide budget to investigate claims and settle claims. And therefore, with such plans, we will be able to succeed in dealing with the remaining claims in the coming 5 years, 10 years, as the remaining claims are quite complex and they might need quite some reasonable amount to deal with them.
So you guys are giving up to 10 years to deal with some of those outstanding claims?
Not seriously that we're giving 10 years because it depends on the budget we have. Also, it depends on the complexity of claims, because what you should know that there are challenges faced with land claims. One of it is the one which I've already mentioned it, that you need to have a means in place when you settle claims, that you need to have money for recapitalization, you need to have mentors, you need to develop skills. And except that, you know that we need to have a budget. Already the department has established the Valuer General, which will assist in valuation and assisting that we determine a very clear way of determining the value of the land. Because you realize that before the establishment of the Valuer General, the willing seller and willing buyer hasn't been working, and hence the establishment of the Valuer General, which will be able to follow the prescript of the Constitution, Section 25, subsection 3, where people were not going to use market, but we are going to give compensation based on just an equitable redress.
All right, Mr. Nkatingi speaking about rural development and land reform here in Limpopo. Thank you very much for chatting to us here on Morning Live. We are going to be continuing with our election broadcast coming to you from the Phalaborwa gate of the Kruger National Park in just a little bit, but time now to return you back to our Johannesburg studio where Stan Marshall has the sports news.